still to the west, the west, the west. The honest, there wasn't a dream. Bell society, the unity. Pouring at me, spinning it, and sound flows. Flow through home, trapped by the power of the dream. The power is yet unknown.
Alright, so as you saw at the beginning of this episode, well, first, welcome back, my friendly friends, to more Neo the World Ends With You. Pharaoh Fiasco here. But yes, as you saw at the beginning of this episode, we actually went back and played, oh my gosh, another 5.5 hours. Well, actually, the episode was only 4.5 hours, but actually getting 400,000 points took 5.5 hours of battling. So you better believe if there's a Scramble Slam in week 3, we are not going to go balls to the wall like we did this time, dude, because that's, it was, yeah. But it's all good. Let's put, I don't know, we can go for a Spectral Sword, because it looks like Fret is up, and I switched, Fret used to have the Triangle Psych, and Nagi used to have the square psych. Oh my gosh, what is up with my speech today? But I switched them because I felt like it. Alright. We are... Well, actually, hold on, because there's something I haven't actually done on camera yet, but I've done a couple of times on accident. If you'll notice... Well, they're probably going to talk to each other really quickly. They're not. Okay. If you'll notice, we've got 994,819 yen. We actually hit 19,999 as I was grinding. So we've got a whole bunch of this graffiti that apparently shows up on Utagawa back streets too. Gorman's About Time became a regular at 8 restaurants. Alright. I don't know what becoming a regular actually entails, but I'm sure we just have to eat a lot. Let's drop this one right there. Psychic rank Reaper. Ooh. We probably just have to become a regular at every restaurant. But let's see. Head for Tipsy Toes Hall. They want to keep us from it. Are there any new arrivals, actually? We still have a really low level for Black Honey Chili Cookie. But they rarely have an Il Caballo del Rey. But they don't really have anything new we can buy. No. Okay. Yeah, I felt like I was pretty thorough, and it looks like that was actually the case with purchasing stuff. Oh. Come on now. You kids know the drill. You've got to take care of a little mission first, if you want past me. And I bet you already know exactly what I want you to do. Let me guess. Unravel the city's riddles and report on our findings.
Yeah.
Bingo! And you'll be reporting to me. Now let's get down to business. The riddles you need to look into are urban legends. Ooh, I can't get enough of those! This is gonna be fun! Now, I'm not talking about just any old legends. Oh no. I mean the dankest ones in these 7 districts. Okay, so the 7 wonders of Shibuya then? So what? We've got Cat Street, Spain Hill, Center Street, Tsutaya O East, the 104, Shibuya Crossing, and Shibuya Hikarie. It's up to you to uncover the 2 spooky for TV truths behind them. Gives me goosebumps just imagining what secrets are out there. Anyway, I'll give you points for each juicy nugget of information you bring me. Rack up 100 points and I'll step aside.
Huh?
What if we just, looked up all the answers on our phones right now? I thought you might say that. Seriously, players these days can't take their eyes off their damn phones. Yeah, things have definitely changed in the 3 years it's been since Beat played, huh? 3 years and no other length of time?
I see.
I see you've taken the necessary precautions. All of the most famous videos on the subject have been deleted. Wow. Man, imagine being the Reaper whose job it was to scrub a whole bunch of information like that off the internet, dude.
Well,
that wasn't us, kid. Those videos were removed because they got too close to the truth. So you're saying the person who uploaded those videos was onto something, huh? Maybe that was Swallow? Swallow has been in front of their computer the whole time. Maybe. Maybe not.
let's look it up.
Who posted those videos anyway? Makistry, ostensibly a famous expert on the occult. Ahem. Apparently his hobbies include living in stigmatized properties and uploading videos. And his first video to go viral was all about urban legends. He even appeared on TV a few times. Huh. Guess he was kinda famous.
Hey.
Then it sounds like it's my time to shine. We're gonna still try to cheat the system? Oh, word! This like's perfect for this, yo! Seems like you've got a plan in the making. Just don't try and pull any fast ones on me. I'll know if you're lying. I assume he already knows all the secrets. So there's supposed to be some kind of legend around here, huh? Apparently. Yet I've tried a variety of terms and all my searches have been fruitless. It seems all information was indeed erased. Guess that Reaper was right about our phones being no use. Alright, Fred. You know what to do.
Hey!
You good?
Huh?
Oh, my bad. Got a little lost in thought there. Dude, this isn't a well, you know what I mean. Just focus, okay? I am focused, thank you very much. I was just thinking about our team's future. Anyway, let's do this. Gotta think about urban legends and our man Makistry. Alright, well, looks like what we are going to do,
So what are we thinking here?
drop one of these bad boys. There we go. Oh. Gotta be careful not to move the left thumb.
Come on, think!
So is Makistry currently on this street?
Let's have a look.
Anyone thinking about him? Center Street values. That pin. They're good cats, no phone day, one more. Whoa, what's that?
Gotta focus.
Hold on, I want to fight whatever this is. And it'll be a good opportunity to take a look at What a Shock. See how that pin plays. Even though we could have watched the video, but... Or paid attention to the video, because it plays regardless. Oh, no! They're batter scorpions. Ooh. And it looks like it automatically targets everybody.
Let's keep it up. That was sick.
The only thing with what is it, Akafuji. Ooh, that actually came back pretty quickly. The pin rebooted pretty quickly. Alright. Everybody gets some.
Are you ready for
They can take a beating too, that's good.
Nice one, Rin, dude.
If they show up for the scramble slam, we'll be able to farm really effectively on those.
Perfecto. That went pretty well.
Alright, there's one.
Perfect timing.
Yeah, everybody gets some with this. That's pretty nice. Definitely deserving of being an Uber pin.
Over already, yo?
Yep, only one reduction. An A.
Not too shabby.
Ooh, take a chance. 2 new ones. The Great Balloon Voyage. Alright, well, we've got 2 new pins, so let's go ahead and put those on somebody else. They're organized by strength, and looks like both of them rank pretty highly. Take a chance, Assassin Strike, that's hers now. And then the Great Moon Escape, which is way weaker, holy crap. Oh, but it's a square psych. Okay, that sucks. But It's one of those bomb sites, so I'm not really worried about it.
Let's have a look.
But she's got something she wants to tell us. Kinda want to check out that urban legend on Center Street Makastri was talking about. The one where people step into a changing room and suddenly disappear. Alright, so. This is a most troubling story. Changing rooms are supposed to be sacred places. You think somebody's been kidnapping peeps? Who knows? Might find out if we check out the stores ourselves. Then what are we waiting for? Let's head to Hogfang. Sounds good to me. So if we buy something in Hogfang, or do we just have to go in? Oh, we don't even have to do anything. Huh? Did someone just scream? Is it gonna be the proprietor of this place? Excuse me, we just heard a pretty loud noise and... Oh, hey. Hey, so like I was saying, any idea what that noise was? No, it's just the customer, one minute they were trying on an outfit and the next they were gone. So you're saying people have been vanishing after using your changing rooms? How did you know? Wait, it's true? Could you tell us a bit more? Sure, so just a second ago this person was, trying on some clothes. Then they left the changing room and made for the exit. Oh, okay, well it just seems like regular theft. I went after them, but they just vanished into thin air. Oh, so that's what it looks... Okay, clearly this person was an unscrupulous player, and that's what it looks like when they leave the store. Okay. And you're sure they didn't just walk out the door? Positive. This is a head scratcher, all right. You think it's... No, never mind. Come on, you can't just leave us hanging mid-sentence like that. Well, this has been happening a lot around here lately. Which means... there's a good chance it's gonna happen again real soon. Maybe. Thanks. Come on, team. Let's move. We'll be sure to buy something next time, buddy. Oh, that'd be great. Maybe it's not. Investigate the urban legends and report back to the Reaper. Oh, okay, so we have to go to, which one was over here? Shepherd House. Alright. There aren't many other stores we can actually go inside. Let's give this one a try. And... wow. People are getting plenty of use out of those changing rooms. There goes another one.
Quick?
And he's heading right for the exit? He hasn't even paid yet. Fishy to say the least, or fishy to say the least. Come on, let's go after him. This dude is definitely gonna turn out to be a player. So, was that size okay for you, sir? Hey, where are you going? Hey! What the heck was that? Disappeared into thin air. Look, the thief just left the store.
Hey.
And there's the clerk. It's like he vanished into thin air. Am I going crazy? Huh? He's right in front of you, ma'am. Looks like our culprit is a player. Oh, which explains why the clerk can't see him. I give up. Do you suppose that personage is the origin of this area's urban legend? Maybe, but I still want to know what that brother's deal is. Okay, only one way to find out. Let's ask him. He's a player. He doesn't have to actually pay for anything if he doesn't want to. It looks like him and his boyos are gonna have to be taught this lesson the old-fashioned way, though. Hey, got a minute?
Excuse you?
Oh? And what do the icky twisters want with little old me? You're a player, right? What team are you on? It sounds like he's a Varia Beauty. I guess there's no harm in telling you. I'm with the Varia Beauties. Oh. I really don't want to start anything with Kanon's team. I wonder if she even knows about this. Maybe she sanctioned it. We know that's not the case, but There's the possibility in universe.
Huh?
So, you got something to say, or... Oh, come on, spill it. You pay for those clothes? Are you stalking me or something?
Hey, punk.
Don't make me ask again, punk. If it's a fight you're looking for, then I'll gladly oblige. Jeez, dude. Great. Just great. Alright.
Ready?
I mean, we're not going to snatch the clothes off his back, and we can't make him pay. I guess the only person who could really do something like that is
Our
Kanon.
party is equipped to win.
Alright. So you guys all get to friggin' die.
Just keep it up.
Jeez. I guess if we don't attack from behind, then that pin really has a lot less power. Yeah, only 19. No, 119.
Keep it up.
And spectral swords are not all that great. Alright, well, whatever. There we go. Everybody gets some.
What you been waiting for?
Wait, is it attacking them at random?
Looking good, bro.
Yeah, I might put Drift Tackle or something on Renzo, because Spectral Swords is not the best psych ever. Wow.
Looking good, brother. Yes.
Alright, a little bit more of that action. Let's see if we can't. Alright.
Let's go, girls.
Yeah, okay, so that's way stronger. And it looks like it confuses them or stuns them or something. Alright, got those jokers all the way out of here. An A. I was honestly expecting for us to get like a B or something. And what a shock is actually leveling up kind of quickly. One tank chain might be enough to take care of it. I'm sorry, okay? I've just been stressed out lately. And I figured a little retail therapy would help. Does it still count if you don't actually pay?
Well,
Look, I won't do it again, I promise. I just couldn't help myself. The second I realized I could take the clothes and disappear. Well, I had to try it out at least once. Yeah, Beat is not cool with that. But those days are behind me. I'm so over it. You sure about that? 100%. Honestly, it's more trouble than it's worth. I'll even return all the stuff I stole, too. You better. What's got you so stressed out anyway? Probably Kanon's crazy plan that she hit us with at the end of last day. Been fighting with your friends or something? No, we're fine. I'm just tired of this gross game is all. You wouldn't understand. It's only your second week after all. Oh, yeah. Kanon's team has been playing this game for, yeah, way longer. Anyway, I'm outie. Don't want the gang to miss me too much.
seriously, yo?
And you better pay next time, yo! I feel him, though. This game really wears a brother out. Still doesn't excuse him shoplifting. Not in my book, anyway. I mean, paying the price is part of what makes shopping so fun, is it? The only thing that beats finding a good bargain is saving up for something you can't buy right away. You feel so accomplished when you finally get what you wanted. Ah well, none of that matters right now.
I see.
I concur. Anyway, that's one mystery solved. Let's report back to the Reaper. 2 more orichalcums. Okay, so we can't. Do we have to report back to the Reaper? Or can we go and investigate the other 6 and then do them all at once? Well, if it isn't my favorite team. Hey there, Uzuki.
A show.
Pinky, what you doing here? Just checking in to make sure you're playing the game like you're supposed to. After all, it's my ass that's on the line if you lot decide to slack off, you know. You sound exactly like Shoka. It's like you guys are babysitting us or something. Back in my day, being a Reaper meant getting your hands dirty. Now y'all just a bunch of security cameras, yo. You want to say that again? It's not like I'm sitting on the sidelines because I want to or anything. Must be tough following the rules when you're used to making them. Anyway, Pinky, there's something I want to ask you. What? How come I'm here? You know, in the UG. Did you hit your head after the last game? It's because you died, obviously. See, that's what you'd think, right? But I ain't even close to dead.
Huh?
Wait, say that again? I'm serious this time. Well, normally you remember dying, right? But I can't remember nothing. And it don't feel like I'm forgetting nothing either. If that's true, and let me be clear, there's no way it is, then you'd be violating the rules of reality just by being here. It would be like you never existed in the RG at all. Jeez. Beat, dude. He went through all that stuff in the first game just to have his literal continued existence put on the line so casually. Like, never existed ever? Wait, is that why all our posts disappeared? Don't tell me you three are in the same boat as him. Right. No. That might be it, though. Because remember, at the beginning of the game, Rindo somehow was able to use his replay psych to prevent himself and Fret from dying. But they ended up in the UG anyway. Alas, our mirror group has likewise nary a recollection of our own untimely demises. Maybe it's because of Rindo's replay? Like, they died in one... No, but his replay erases the timeline where that happened. What is going on here? This is above even the Game Master's pay grade. Only the composer could deal with a royal mess like this. If your hypothesis is indeed correct, would we be capable of returning to the RG eventually? Honestly, I couldn't say either way. Uh-oh. The answer nobody wanted to hear. Maybe they play by a different set of rules in Shinjuku. Shinjuku? Right, we're in Shibuya, right? Okay, maybe because they said that the Shibuya Reapers are dying out. So does that mean Shoka and all these jokers are from Shinjuku instead? There was something like that in the sizzle reel at the end of episode 1. That's it, or the city that got erased 3 years ago, yo. Wait, what? Dang. So in this reality, Shinjuku no longer exists? Like I said, it's been a while since I played the first game. Huh? What do you mean erased? How can a whole city just vanish? Rindo repeated it like that because he doesn't know what Shinjuku is. Like an ancient civilization that fell into ruin, perhaps? Right, you were in the RG. Of course you wouldn't know. But I knew, Pinky. Saw the whole thing. Which you could only do because you'd been to the RG or to the UG before. Okay, I'm totally lost all over again. Simply put, Shinjuku was a city that got wiped out 3 years ago. It was just north of Shibuya, you know. Ha. So Ikebukuro, Akihabara, Marunouchi, Roppongi, Nakano, Shibuya. And previously Shinjuku. Alright. Was it? I don't remember that. Yeah, I mean, the erasure happened and you were in the RG, but... So everything that used to be in Shinjuku has now became part of the other 5 cities? Yeah, I think we'd know if there was something getting destroyed right next door. Actually, you wouldn't. The second Shinjuku vanished, your memories of it followed suit. Like our brains got wiped? Basically, as far as the RG's inhabitants are concerned, Shinjuku never existed. This is way creepier than those urban legends! And the Reapers who watched over Shinjuku back then are the same ones running the show in Shibuya right now. Huh. You just let them rock up and take over without a fight? It wasn't quite that straightforward. Anyway, normally there'd be some kind of penalty if a living player took part in the game. But rules never meant much to the Shinjuku gang. Nothing they do would surprise me at this point. So does that mean there must also be Nakano Reapers, Ikebukuro Reapers, Akihabara Reapers, Roppongi Reapers? Either way, something's gotta change around here or you'll all wind up the same as Shinjuku. You mean it'll be like we never even existed? Right. So I'd focus on picking up points instead of moping around if I were you. See, but the thing is, because I remember, once they started talking about it, I remember Beat being a Reaper. And like, I remember basically everything in the previous game, even though it's been 13 years since I played it, but, or 12 years since I played it, I can't freaking count, but I don't remember Shinjuku being erased.
Later.
This combo's been a real downer. Time to get my ramen on for a little pick-me-up. Bye-bye. Well, that was quite the revelation. Though it does explain why I have not received word from my friends and family. So even if we finish in first, we still don't know for sure if everything will go back to normal. The thought of perishing without first playing the latest Electric chapter is too much to bear. Can't do nothing about it right now anyway. Let's just focus on picking up points. You've got a point there, Beat. Let's check out those other areas. So we can't exist in the RG no matter what we do? What the hell kind of game is this? I mean, we really just have to hope and pray that's not actually the case. But what are the streets looking like? Oh, we can only go to Scramble Crossing from here. No, we can head to Spain Hill as well. Sure, let's go to Spain Hill. Ooh, huh?
What?
Something up, Fret? Yeah, I've never seen anything like this before. Is that because we're trying to go close to the Reaper? Like what, yo? Then this noise, at least I think it's a noise? Someone else scan it! I mean, I can. Let me have a look. Whoa, alright, it looks like a bear. What the hell? That's really random. But okay. We're not really afraid of any noise at this point. Especially not a single reduction. Whoa! Of course, we can't friggin' hurt these things. Maybe these are... Because the way it works in Shinjuku is different, right? Maybe this is how Shinjuku Reapers have always conducted the game. Okay. And maybe these noise are like old Shibuya noise, the kind that you had to fight on two separate planes of mental plane things. You know what I mean? Maybe that's Shibuya noise that we just fought. 'Twas most fortunate those beasts chose to beat a hasty retreat. Couldn't even make them flinch.
Damn.
Never seen anything like him, yo. Nope. Okay, Beat doesn't recognize him, so my whole theory just got blown out. Frankly, I am unsure those creatures were noise at all. Good point. So what's this? All according to plan. Runaway rocket. Alright. We got another healing pin. And the healing pins all have 0 strength. So it's be all the way down here. But it's an Uber pin. Jeez, dude. We need to unlock another Uber pin really quickly. Who's this? Week 2, Day 4 in Dogenzaka.
Let me think this through.
Alright. Hold on, because I didn't even check the things. Okay, so it looks like both of our new people for our thingamabob. No, there's 3. Do we even go to the West Exit bus terminal? Alright, well, we'll go there after we hit up Spain Hill. Just want to make sure we get this all taken care of. This place is supposed to have its own legends, right?
I see.
I believe so. However, any information relating to it was erased hours ago. Who knew the Reaper's influence extended to even the digital realm? Dang. Let's hope my sight can do the trick. We need to know what to remind people of first, though. You really think focusing on the same things every time will work, though? Assuming said things are urban legends and macistry, then I imagine it will.
Perhaps.
The memories they awaken should be connected to our present location. Basically, we're in the right place if we want to learn about Spain Hill's legend. Right? Quite. Boss, you answered my question! I'm gonna cry! Use your psych first and cry later. Alrighty! Focus, Fred. Focus!
Gotta focus.
Let's get down to business.
Alright.
Sure, I'm fine with focusing on the same thing every time. There we go, that's one locked into place. Second one, way easier.
Try to remember.
Alright. And thankfully, the person we need to speak with is right here. Beyond poor. Macistry said anyone who sets foot on the 18th step of the Spain Hill stairs goes straight to hell. Let's just go up without counting. Straight to hell, huh? Sounds like we gotta check out the Spain Hill stairs, yo. We have to count them out for 18. Set foot on the 18th step and go straight to hell. All right.
I see.
Who knew eternal damnation was so close at hand? Close enough to see for ourselves. Let's go. Maybe this is just gonna be a noise. Wait, so the 18th counting down? Okay, well, whatever. Okay, start counting. Hey, Rin dude, is there like a reason for us to do this together? Well, how do you want to do this then? The only way to avoid infighting is to ascend as one. Now stop being so childish.
Sure thing.
Alright, let's do this. Here goes. So will it put us on the actual 18th step? Yeah, it does actually put us on the 18th step. 15, 16, 17, 18. You alright? Yeah, just tripped Saul.
Oh?
The step slip guard is conspicuously absent. That explained why Beat tripped. Wait, is that it? Ah!
Oh.
You okay? Ow. You fell over so suddenly you scared me half to death. Look, the slip guard's gone. How have they not been sued already? Right? This is super dangerous. Whoa, that was weird. My back felt all tingly for a second. Ah! Wait, where are you going? Wait! What is it? What'd she feel? Did that lady fall over at the 18th step? Think so. Then she ran away so fast she could be an Olympic sprinter.
Huh?
Weird. I didn't feel nothing. Me neither. Well, I guess this legend was a fake. Hey, what happened back there? Is it to do with the fact that she's a woman or something?
Lord Rindo.
Might I suggest you try scanning that woman? Okay, because I was like, maybe the fact that Nagi didn't react has some sort of... She seems incapable of explaining much herself at present. Will we have to dive? Good idea, Nagi. Okay, there they are.
Let's have a look.
Spooked. Oh, that was so scary. I've never been so terrified just slipping on the steps. I felt a shiver go down my spine. Why though? Apparently she felt a shiver run down her spine. Doesn't sound like she knows what caused it though. There must be something we're all missing.
What?
I don't know, yo. Looks like a regular set of stairs to me. Come to think of it, Beat, you didn't actually fall over. Maybe you don't feel anything unless you hit the ground. So, any takers? Someone's gotta do it. How are we finna decide this? Rock, paper, scissors seems appropriate. Fine by me. Let's go! Okay. Ready? Rock, paper, scissors. Shoot, yo! Shoot! Pow! Oh, okay. I thought he was saying shoot as in darn. But they, rock, paper, scissors, shoot, dude? I don't know, dude. Going on scissors always seemed the most appropriate to me, but maybe that's just because that's how we did it when we were kids. But yes, it looks like Nagi drew the short end of the stick. Curses. Sorry, boss. Well. Do not weep for me. I shall accept my fate with humility. Time to say. Oh, she just tripped. Whoa, you went head first. You okay, Penny? Yeah, you could have tried a softer approach, boss. How do you feel, Nagi? What? What is it?
Huh?
What? You see something? Get away from there, Penny! Hustle! I feel so cold all of a sudden. Let me try scanning the area. The hell? It's a scorpion! No, it's a noise! Let's show it what happens when you mess with the wicked twisters. Kiss your hiding spot goodbye, punk! So we have to do this one without Nagi? Okay, I was about to say. So it was a noise behind it. Okay.
Oh, this is gonna be easy.
And it's that special new type of noise, too. Alright.
Keep it up, brother.
Not really worried about much. Oh, but they can create poison clouds. Interesting.
I did it.
Hell yeah, you did.
We're on a roll.
These don't have all that much oomph to them. No, wrong one. We need anti-poison stuff. This is dangerous. Okay, that's why we got that pin. Poison clouds are way more of a problem. Alright. Gotcha. Nice. All we really have to do is line the shot up.
I got you.
Get that assassin strike, no problem. Whoops. Alright, well, whatever.
Oh, man. That's it.
Alright. Took him out pretty easily. Got a B that time. Okay.
I feel like we deserve better.
Alright. I guess noise just hang out anywhere these days. Never before have I felt so chilled to the bone. 'Tis abundantly clear to me how this became an urban legend. You think it stung you or something? Man, that must have really hurt. Not only did you fall over, but you got a surprise sting to boot. Like, I can't imagine things going any worse for you. And I needn't be reminded of my suffering. Anyways, we've got all the info we need now. Let's report back to the Reaper. More adamantite. We really don't need more. You know, I kind of thought urban legends would be a little more legendary. For real, there ain't no mystery, yo. The only mystery is how you managed to solve any of them. Is this gonna be Uzuki again?
Huh?
Whoa!
Hey, loser.
Shoka. So, what were you pinheads talking to that other Reaper about? She was telling us how you guys botched Shinjuku so badly it was erased from everybody's memory. What Reaper? The one with the pink hair? Duh. Ah, you refer to Lady Uzuki. Right. So, were you chatting about the game or something? Well, kinda, yeah. Turns out we might not be dead after all, which is actually a bad thing in this case. Bummer. Hey, kitty girl. You're with the Shinjuku gang, right? Yeah. And only the Shinjuku Reapers is messed up enough to drag living people into the UG, yo. So, what's it to you? She just so, no denials, no, just so. Real living people, dead people, who cares? Just want to know what your angle is. What do y'all get out of doing this? Hell if I know. And even if I did, why would I bother telling you, bozos?
A Reaper.
Listen, Reaper. It's Shoka. Rindo really does not like her, dude. I mean, of course, nobody should. She just shows up, verbally abuses us, is vague, and then leaves. But as far as the RG is concerned, we don't exist right now. Can that ever be fixed? Not if you don't win. So why don't you stop moaning and get on with the mission? You've seen how the Ruinbringer's been cleaning up every week. Your point? How come y'all don't just go ahead and make them Reapers already? Ain't no point having them play the game forever and ever. It's their choice. They say they want to keep playing, so we let them. Then I got another question for you. How come you Reapers is doing nothing when it's called the Reapers game, yo? Them Ruinbringers is acting more like Reapers than any of y'all. Pretty bold statement coming from a Reaper reject. You think you know so much about our job because you played some prehistoric version of the game. The only people who matter around here are the people with power. And weaklings can whine all they want, but nobody's gonna listen. Well, then why don't they quit whining and start acting? Because I can't. That's just how Shiba... I mean, that's just how we do things in Shinjuku. Okay. Shoka's a little frustrated with how Shiba prefers to run things then. As long as you've got power, then the game is yours. Take no prisoners, leave no survivors. That's the Shinjuku way. But that's brutal. Maybe. But if you really want to get ahead, then you gotta do whatever it takes. What kind of whatever? I'm talking trickery, deceit, lies, backstabbing, whatever it takes. The dirtier you play, the more fun it is to watch. So I hereby grant you permission to put on one hell of a show. You're rotten to the core, yo. Less of a goddess of death and more an agent of disorder. Aw, you're too kind. Now go out there and prove how wicked you really are, will ya? It's about time someone shook things up around here.
Deuces, dummy.
Well. So, I mean, she kind of acknowledged that Shiba's the one with all the power, so they can't really... That's why all the Reapers here are so neutered. Well, if she really wants us to shake things up, then taking on the Ruinbringers would be a good start. I said we accept Kanon's offer. You would say that. What you think about taking on the Reapers? That proposition could place us in great peril. I mean, Neku would take on a Reaper without a second friggin' thought. In fact, that's like that's basically one of the first things Neku does in his own game is step to a Reaper. Hey, Beat, Nagi, what do you two think about teaming up with Kanon? It ain't a bad idea. I just don't know much about the lady. If y'all think we can trust her, then I'm all in, yo. Admirable the Lady Kanon's display of chivalry may be, it is difficult to discern the authenticity of her intentions. So we have two competing opinions. Yeah, that's what I thought. I wouldn't trust Kanon. I would turn it down. I mean, we're not at, like, the pure arts are garbage. We're not in danger of getting erased this week or anything. But, like, eventually we would be on the chopping block, though. Like, there was a team, like, I brought this up, like, an episode or two ago. No, it was definitely before last episode, but there was a team prior to the week, prior to us joining, who was on the bottom that got erased. We replaced them, but no new team has entered the game. So eventually, only the Ruinbringers will be playing. Everybody else will be erased. There's still so many unknowns. I don't know what... So is this Swallow's reply? Oh, great. It's everyone's favorite game master.
Greetings.
Greetings.
This is your game master, Shiba speaking. Hope you're still hungering for more on day number 4. Got some red hot news for ya. Ain't this guy ever mixed things up? I cannot recall hearing any other variations. The target is still on the loose, completely unsighted. It's as if all of Shibuya has gone cold. Don't tell me you've all started hibernating. Here's hoping it's just the quiet before the firestorm. If not, then I don't see much of a future for this city. I mean, you speak from experience, right? I guess this guy's a Shinjuku Reaper too. So awaken from your wintry slumber, players, lest the Ruin Bringers win again. It's time to burn the candles of your imaginations at both ends and show me what you're really made of. I don't trust this punk. What's the real point of this game, yo? And with that, I bid you adieu.
I see.
Shall we proceed with the mission then? Shall we ever? Assuming we're talking to me, that is. You learn well. Perhaps a little too well. Or assuming you were talking to me, that is. Alright. Investigate the urban legends and report back to the Reaper. Well, next... let's hit up the West Exit bus terminal. I feel like heading over there. Even though, well, after the West Exit bus terminal, we're going to cycle over to Shiba. Well, actually, no. There's one in the Scramble Crossing, too. So all we really have to do... well, we can take care of the Scramble Crossing ones first, and then go to the West Exit bus terminal. If it'll even let us get there directly from it. Probably not. Pretty sure this area's got a legend of its own. Permit me to prowl the interwebs. Even the sites with nary any traffic have been erased. Makes you wonder how the other teams are tackling this mission. You can say that again. Who cares about other teams, yo? We got our own strengths. Let's use them. Come on, Fret, you're up.
Huh?
Oh, okay, sit back, relax, and leave it to me. Here goes nothing.
Gotta focus.
Get another remind
So what do
in.
we think
Man,
of
if you're bad at this remind minigame, dude, you've got to get good really freaking quick. Thankfully, it seems like doing them one at a time is the best way to go about it. Alright, so who's... alright. This person is up. That's the Jumbotron Macastry mentioned, right? The one that shows some place for a split second, and if you go there, you die in 7 days' time? Wait, what do you have to do there to die again? I think you said you have to walk around counterclockwise one time. Like, who would even do that? So, we go to the place the Jumbotron shows. There's no...
Let's have a look.
shows some place for a split second. Okay, it shows a place for a split second. Do we... is that it? That looks like the crossing, but it didn't show up for a split second. Alright, well, let's walk around counterclockwise here just to see. Wait, that's clockwise. Hold on. Ha. What place is... okay, so... nothing... that's definitely... the Scramble Crossing. What place are we supposed to be seeing? It shows somewhere for a split second.
Gotta focus.
Okay, somebody else. Yeah, help us out, please. Man, when is that place gonna show on the big screen? Macastry said someplace in Shibuya appears on the Jumbotron for 1 second every day. I guess urban legends just that. Legends. Who cares if someplace in Shibuya gets shown once a day anyway? So we've got to find the place that flashes on the Jumbotron. A place where, once one walks around counterclockwise, one dies 7 days later, or so they say. Even if that was true, who the heck would actually try it? I fear you are directing your question at the wrong person. The place only shows up on screen for a second, right? Really not feeling just staring at the TV forever waiting to see it. Maybe there's some way we could find out roughly when it gets shown. I could try using my psych in front of the Jumbotron. Sounds like a plan. If you think it'll work, yo. It will, as long as I get the right idea. Alrighty, time to focus on that big screen. So we have to remind again.
Let's get down to business.
So maybe we're going to remind somebody who's already seen it today. Get started with the first one, and then let's get these pulled in. There we go.
Try to remember.
Alright. This guy. Huh? I swear I just saw something on the big screen. Looked like a building with an arch. A building with an arch, huh? What's the deal with that place that just flashed on the Jumbotron for a sec? Looked like a building covered in plants. Screen must be on the fritz. Okay, so it was a Modai, which is in the 104, I think. No. Hold on. It's at Tower Records Shibuya.
Let's move.
So let's go here. Alright. Easy enough. And then when we walk counterclockwise here, do this.
Let's have a look.
Do we have to do it when we're like this? Or is there someone here who we have to, whose mind we have to read? Are we not in the right place? An arch covered in... Maybe we run around this place? Ha.
Let's have a look.
Interesting. We know we're in the right place.
Focus.
Hold on, let's take our thoughts.
Let me think this through.
Alright. Remind people, solve the mystery. Remind people of the Jumbotron at the Scrambled Crossing and see what they know. So maybe there was one other person who we were supposed to take a look at. Let's take a look and see.
Let's have a look.
Alright. Talk to those people. Okay, yep, there was someone else. Man, I know I've seen that place that just showed up on the screen. It's sandwiched between two streets. Somewhere around here. Sounds like there's plants growing on the walls of this place. And it has an arch. And what's that about it being between two roads? Not sure, but we know it's definitely somewhere in Shibuya. If anyone thinks they know where it might be, let me know, okay? Alright, now we should be able to walk counterclockwise. And we probably have to do it inside the thing. So let's go inside of that Modai thing. And get to stepping. Oh, nice. Well, there's plants on the wall here. And several arches. It's been between two roads too, yo. Aha! The building on the big screen must have been Modai. Nice work, team. Anyway, what were we supposed to do once we got here again? One must walk in a circle one must walk in a single counterclockwise circle.
Right.
Wait, won't that kill me? Well, we ain't gonna know if nobody gives it a shot. It's cool. I'll do it.
Huh?
I mean, if you really wanna, I'd do it. I don't believe in stuff like that. Too late to stop him now. He's already halfway around. It does not seem to have had any apparent effect. Imagine if we had to actually wait the full 7 days.
Hold it.
Hey, Twisterinos. Man, is a Reaper gonna show up every single time we do anything? I've been watching you kids for a while now. So exactly what kind of business have you got with me? Let me guess, trying to rack up points?
Huh?
Wait, what have points got to do with anything? I mean, if you're not interested, then I'll be on my way. Could you at least tell us what you're talking about? We're only here because we need to look into some urban legends. Such as? Well, they say if one walks around this area counterclockwise, one perishes within a week. We gotta get to the bottom of this stuff to get past one of your pals. So hurry up and tell us if you know something, yo. I've had enough of your attitude, punk. Time for you to face the noise. Wow. It really didn't take much to set that dude off. But alright. If we gotta beat down this lizard noise, we will happily do so. We've got beat on deck. Even if this thing can turn invisible, we're not afraid of that anymore.
Time for a beatdown. Who's up first?
Where's the lizard noise? Alright. Nope. We are too good now. Know exactly what we have to do.
What'd you say, Penny?
Alright. And then...
Follow me, yo. Great job.
Nope. There we go. Alright. Just a little bit more. Aha! Friggin' eat it, dude. This thing's got friggin' nothing on us. Whoa! Okay, that hurt. About to get this one out of here. Cool. Nope. And the window, we got something that made the window for our dog just a lot bigger. Alright. And it's already almost dead, and we haven't even been focusing on it.
So far, so good.
Let's keep it going.
Was a decisive victory
Yep.
indeed.
Way easier than the last one we fought. Only a B again.
Gotta get my head back in the zone.
You can overcome. Alright. Is that it? Damn it all. So, you feel like talking now? How about you start by telling us what you were doing here?
What'd you say?
Don't make me kick you while you're down. Okay, I was using the Jumbotron to advertise my location. And if they walked counterclockwise around that pillar, I knew they wanted to do business. My terms are simple. Shiba paid me 300,000 yen for 1 round with a noise. Why would we ever do that? We can fight noise for free, my guy.
Huh?
You mean you're providing players with...
Yeah.
You got it. Points. For all the sloths who take a day off here and there. This is just my way of helping them keep up with the rat race. Get their heads in the game again, if you will. Still, 300k seems kind of steep for 1 noise. Hey, the market dictates the price, not me.
I see.
Something tells me these transactions are far from kosher. Take a chill pill, Specs. The rankings aren't going to change because someone took out an extra noise or two. The service I provide is for players who don't want their team leaders to know they've been slacking. Well, which teams are we talking here? Kanons? Motois? All I'm gonna say is there are a few players who aren't exactly playing. But they know they'd be in hot water if their leaders found out. That's one way of putting it. Yeah, putting everybody's continued existence in jeopardy because you want to slack. And that's where I come in. But what's any of this got to do with the RG? What do you mean? Oh, those punks with a sixth sense. Yeah, a few people from the RG picked up on my subliminal messaging. But they were getting in the way, so I sent them packing. So that's how this whole legend came to be.
Seriously, yo?
You're a joke, yo. I fear we may have to rework the truth when we report our findings this time. Probably a good idea if you don't want to earn the wrath of your rivals. Doubt they'd take kindly to being outed as cheats. Anyway, peace. We can think about what to tell the Reaper on the way. The most important thing is that we know the truth now. Let's head on over to Center Street and give him our report. More adamantite that we don't actually need. Yeah, everybody is stopping us, dude. Hola there, Senorindo. Motoi. Wow, Rendo lit up when he saw this guy. Fancy running into Vu here? By which I mean you. Sorry, cosmopolitan habits die hard. So anyway, today's mission was a real doozy, huh? Or is a real doozy, huh? All this spooky supernatural stuff kinda gives me the creeps. No kidding? I'd have thought it was right up your alley. Well, I mean, I could be more at ease if I could see behind the curtain, so to speak. Another new face, huh? Meet Lord Motoi, the leader of the Pure Hearts. So you ain't with us then?
Hola.
Sacre bleu! You must be the infamous Mr. Daisuke.
What you say?
Can it? I go by Beat, yo. Oh, me scusi, my dear Beat. They say you are tres bien informe, muy culto about how the Reapers operate.
Huh?
My cult? What you say? Looks like it's Spanish for knowledgeable. Then just say that, yo!
Oh.
My sincerest apologies. Good for you though, Rendo. Kanon and I would kill to have a player like Beat on our side. Is that so? Of course! There's only a few teams left, so we need all the help we can get if we want to avoid erasure. Yeah, I know that feeling. What a predicament. We are truly les miserables. It's times like these that people usually go for what's it called? Use your words. Yes. An alianza. I'm sure that would put us all at ease. Alright, he wants an alliance? I'd be more at ease if I knew what that was. Italian for alliance, apparently. What exactly do you mean by that, anyway? Forgive me. I didn't intend to present it as an outright proposal. Well, it wouldn't be the first we've heard. Oh? Has someone else already approached you? You see, I struggle to imagine those thugs in first place asking for assistance. Which only leaves Kanon, n'est-ce pas? Maybe we should just tell him? No, that's an awful idea. Hey, no need to fret at all. I had a suspicion Kanon might be planning something like this again. Again? I already trust Motoi the least out of everybody, and we don't even know who the Ruinbringer's leader is. Again. She wants to help you. She wants you to help her bring ruin to the Ruinbringers, es verdad? I thought she might have given up after her first few failed attempts. But I guess she changed her tune after witnessing your true potenza. Wait, when did she fail before? Well, let's see. There was that fight against the sturdy Suzukichi, and then a bout with the silent but deadly Tsugumi. But you lot managed to shut them both down sin problema. No mean feat, let me tell you.
Fascinating.
fascinating.
So the Ruinbringer's leader is remaining hidden until their underlings have been bested. Wow, Kanon must really believe in us. I don't envy your position, mi amigo. You're faced with a tough decision. But allow me to share my thoughts. Forming an alianza under the circumstances would be muy bien. So you think it's a good idea? It certainly isn't a bad one, and I'm prepared to do what I must as well. And what's that? Why, help out, of course. The more people working together, the better the resultat. French for result.
Hey.
The verite of the matter is, I don't want to get erased, and if possible, I don't want anyone else to get erased either. I'm right there with you, Motoi. It's as I once wrote, existing means being here or wherever you may be, being. I think it's vital we don't lose sight of the undeniable fact that all of us exist here, right now, together. Yeah, I think I get what you mean. Like we're here for a reason. I dig it too, yo. Even if you ain't here now, you was before, and that still matters. Well, it's certainly nice to be entendido by you gents. I am eternally grateful to the city that brought us together and to all those who call her home. Let's give it our all, amigo?
Ta-ta.
Drop me a line whenever you feel like it. Until then, au revoir. Man, I feel bad for Motoi, you know? Stuck in last place and everything. Oh, right. If the Ruinbringers are on top and we're right behind them, then that leaves either Motoi or Kanon's team in the bottom. Yeah.
Let's move.
I mean, this team, the Pure Hearts, are probably going to be erased, or this week. And then, I don't know if they're going to make us play a 4th week, but I doubt Motoi's team is going to be making it. Alright. And we can go straight to the expressway, or the West Exit bus terminal, rather. Right. So now there's someone here who needs some assistance. You. Is that Sumio or Maito? Whatever the heck this dude's name is?
Hey there.
We meet again, Wicked Twisters.
What?
The hell are you?
What?
Don't tell me you forgot about me already. I'm Sumio from the Pure Hearts. Remember me from yesterday? Nah. Seriously? Oh, I remember you all right. Jumped us. 10 on 4. You tried to do us in, you cheater. Oh, that? So sorry. It won't happen again. What do you want? Nothing big, really. I was just hoping for some advice. What kind of advice? Motoi messaged the team, but I can't quite figure out how to respond. Oh, it's easy. You just tap the empty bar, start typing, and... I know that. What I mean is, Motoi's always using all those fancy foreign words. It's hard to follow. Ah, yes. By the time I think I've got a handle on it, he spouts off some more gibberish. Dude, I know exactly what you mean. I know he expects us all to keep up with him, but I'm having a hell of a time matching his pace. Why not just tell him that straight up? Yeah, no, this isn't middle school. Stuff like that doesn't fly in proper society. Real adults have to walk in step with their superiors, not the other way around. Super basic stuff. Why not go ask some real adults for advice then? I would, but for some reason, Motoi's taken a liking to you lot. Really? Yep, he says some real nice things about you. So I thought you might be able to help me find the right words. Motoi talks about us? About me? He sure does. So what do you say? Jeez, dude. Rendo, he found out Motoi was another and that was a wrap. Can you spare a few wise words to say to Motoi? Since you asked so nicely. Thus, the bait is taken. Let's just get this over with, yo. All we gotta do is send the brother a reply, yeah? Right, but we gotta do it all adult-like. So what does his message say? It says, here, it'll be easier for you to read it yourself. Let's see. When it all comes down to it, we're all compadres in this game, capiche? So I thought we could have a little remue meninges. What? I mean, por que no, right? But enough from moi. I'd love some comentarios from everyone. Okay. So he's like, when it all comes down to it, we're all friends or comrades in this game, you know? So I thought we could have a little something. I mean, why not, right? But enough from me. I'd love some comments from everyone. It's that word. Remwomen ninjas. What is that? And not a single person has responded. Wow. Rindo is like, bro, what is going on? I'm pretty sure he just wants to know how we feel about joining forces with other teams. Sounds right to you? Or sound right to you?
Really?
Hell if I know. Well, I guess in the spirit of the game, we're not supposed to be on our phones. But if it doesn't let us save before we do this, then I'm gonna cheat. I feel like everyone sets a new standard for illegibility. And even if you understand it, how the heck are you supposed to respond, you know? I can't just leave him on red. It'll make all of us, including Motsui, look bad. Lord Rindo, are you up to the task? I don't know, but I'll give it a shot. There's no time to look for answers. I'm on my own. I just have to think like another. What would he say in this situation? Agree to everything. Use a quote. Be as anothery as possible. Tell him how you really feel. I still want to know what Remue Meninges means or whatever. Let's use a quote. Quotes are always safe. Don't have to come up with anything yourself that way. Maybe something like... There. Sent. Ooh, let me see. Charging for Wi-Fi is like taxing the air we breathe.
What?
Okay.
Yes.
It's something that Motsui says a lot. He does? Maybe it's fine then. And even if not, I'll just do some reparos. Reparos? Is that how you use that word? I do not believe you can revise a message once delivered. Well, that's one item checked off the to-do list. Leave the rest to me. The rest of what? Yo, I don't think the brother's all there. Truly devastating words coming from one such as yourself. But no matter, let us be off. Right. I didn't know he was just gonna say whatever the heck came to his mind. I'm gonna need to brush up on another quotes after this. Okay, so was that right? We got 5 FP.
Let's move.
Maybe picking literally anything probably would have worked. Be as anothery as possible. Alright, so next, we're going to head to Dogen Zaka. Ooh, well actually, there's one at 104, right? We'll do the one at 104, then go to Dogen Zaka and help out those other two. Kinda surprised this place has its own legend. The only story I know concerning this area is from 2 generations ago. I am most curious to see how it may have evolved over time. I thought urban legends just kinda stayed the same. Not quite. Some stories change in nature as they age. So what is the deal with this place anyway? Well, you will die the second I tell you. Do you still wish to hear the details?
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna pass. If that were true, wouldn't she have died when she originally heard it? How's about I look into a more recent legend instead? Good idea, yo. Okay, here goes. Focus, Fred.
Gotta focus. So what are we thinking here?
Okay, so it looks like a bunch of those invisible lizard things are here now. And before we do anything, is we have new pins. I'll see if we can put those on anybody else. Alright, first pins. Where are our new pins? Considering they were organized by strength, I've definitely probably... Yeah, I've absolutely overlooked them. Alright. Back up to the top we go. Where's... We got another one that looked like a monochrome pin. It was like you can move or something. Where is it? Oh, there it is. Okay, you can overcome. And of course, it's an R2 psych. And an Uber pin.
Let me think this through.
Will Sumio's let us... Where is Sumio? Bonus deck. We're not worried about our pin decks. Wait, where the heck is Sumio? Okay, here it is. Holding the R2 button while scanning to hold the R2 button while scanning to draw nearby noise. Why do they teach the exact same thing? Interesting. I mean, it's convenient, but not something we're really dying for right now. Alright, what's up? Makistry said stepping on one of the white lines on the crossing in front of the 104 gives you real bad luck. And I have to just avoid all of those lines to be safe. Alright. And now you. This is the crossing in front of 104. I remember seeing some video about a guy who got into an accident and cursed the place. So the crossing in front of 104 is cursed, huh?
I see.
One shall drown in despair if they step on a certain white line. Well, why don't we start by staking out the crossing? Alright. Sounds good.
Alright, let's move.
Seems easy enough. Probably just gonna be noise behind it again. Say, Rindu. What? You see those people suddenly stopping in their tracks?
Huh?
Now that you mention it, kinda weird. Right? So you guys notice anything? A few people just stopped walking in the middle of the crossing. All at the exact same spot, too. And what exactly did they do once they stopped? Looked at their phones, I guess. And then they started walking again after a sec. It sounds pretty normal. Maybe it was just one big coincidence? Wait! Look, that girl stopped walking too. Feel my wrath. I'll curse every last one of you. She looks to me like she's just texting, yo. I'd get it if they were all taking pictures in the same spot or something. Wait. Hey, Fred, doesn't that guy look a bit off to you? Which one? Oh, a player maybe. Probably using his special psych or whatever on these people. Oh, that guy? Yeah, I guess he is kinda close.
I see.
Evidently, he does not believe in personal space. How can one so brazenly stare at another's phone? Truly, it boggles the mind. Honestly, I'm more confused by how she hasn't noticed him. Yeah, she looks pretty damn chill. You think they're friends or something? Can't scan him. Hang on, I can't scan that guy! So he's one of us, huh? Let's try talking to him. What's he doing? Why is he making these people flip out like that? Looks like a pure heart. Hey, you got a minute? How can you... Oh, I get it. You're a player. What's up, buddy? I was just wondering, are you one of the pure hearts? What gave it away? My aristocratic aura? Not really important, pal. We're much more interested in what you were doing just now. Yo, that was, I mean, you know, I was just... No, I don't need to explain myself to you.
Quit?
That Mr. Nice Guy act didn't last long, huh? Screw it. Enough talking. Let's fight.
Huh?
Whoa, slow down a sec. Nah, let's rumble. I mean, there's really no reason for us to fight, but...
You got a lot of nerve taking me on, yo.
We'll go ahead, stomp this dude really quickly, and then show him what's what. Is he gonna have backup, or is it just him? He does have backup. Alright, well. Everybody can get some then. It's all good by me. Nope. Crap. Alright. So he can't actually... Nice.
Masterfully done.
So we have to hit someone from behind in order to actually set him up. God dang it. Gotcha. Nope, we did not gotcha. Awesome. And for some reason, I guess if we get somebody with that, because that happened last time too. We hit him from behind, and then the person that also got caught in the crossfire was dropped too. Alright. We can go ahead and get you. There we go. Most excellent. I guess it is kind of worth it to just line the shot up for a little bit. Nice. Since they want to use dark sights. Yeah, this pin is not super strong. It must be its AO, like its ability to hit everybody at the same time. I guess they feel like that balances it. I don't know. Probably could use something a little stronger. There we go. And now these weak cherry taps. None of our pins currently have like a whole lot of uses before they need to recharge. I should probably rank these up. Oh well.
It's an honor to be recognized.
Mastered. Awesome. Alright, so what's your problem? Can't you tell when someone's kidding? I was obviously kidding. I didn't actually want to fight you. Seriously, no reason to thrash me like that. In that case, tell us. What were you doing just now? I was just imprinting some words in her head. What's it to you? Is this guy for real? It is most rare to witness you so vexed. And what exactly was you trying to make her do anyway? I mean, you saw her, didn't you? I was making her text her friends. Helping her push the reset button on all her relationships. What is wrong with this guy? What? You know, everyone's so worried about their relationships and how people view them. I was just freeing her from that burden. You know, gave her a helping hand.
What you say?
How about I help you shove your hand where the sun don't shine, yo? Yikes! Can someone put that dog on a leash already? But why? What do you get out of messing with some girl? The same pleasure you get from any act of charity. Charity? This guy's got more than one screw loose. Don't like it? Well, tough. You kids can't control me. No one running this game cares how we use our powers either. That might be true, but you're still...
Lord Rindo.
Do not allow this cur to rile you up. You may be correct in stating that there are no restrictions on how we use our powers. However, that does not give you free reign to destroy innocent people's relationships. Right! Kinda like what another used to say. No one has the right to do wrong. I suppose I cannot disagree. Motsui doesn't know you're doing this, does he?
Please.
Huh? What does it matter? How do you think your leader will react if he found out about this?
Well...
Is that a threat? You think I'll settle down to be a good boy the second you mention the boss? And you think I'm the one with the screw loose, so he's not scared of Motsui. By all means, if he's fine with this type of behavior, then allow me to set you straight. What you're doing is wrong. You know, I was honestly just messing around. Oh, really? That's it? Bro, that's not cool, and he's just turning over a new leaf?
No way.
Yep, but I apologize if I upset you. You won't catch me doing it again. Anyway, see ya. He's probably speaking super literally. We're not, like, if he sees us in the area, he'll knock it off, but as soon as we leave. Twas a rather expeditious retreat. You really never know what kind of person you're gonna bump into next. Pure Hearts all seem kind of scummy. It must be hard enough just keeping your teammates under control. Add working with other teams into the mix and things get really hectic. Well, guess that takes care of that. Let's go tell that Reaper all about it. Sure thing. That's it? All we got was 5k yen? Alright, well, that was what, number 4? Alright. We still have Tsutaya, O East, and Tsutaya, O East, Dogenzaka, and Shibuya Hikarie left. Oh, alright.
Let's have a look.
So now there's someone here. There's 2 someones here. Oh. Hey, Rindu, you hungry? Me? I mean, not really. Honestly, neither am I, but I got this sudden craving for curry. And once this craving hits, I just gotta have some. Or else. That's the part where you get scared. Oh no, I'm so scared.
Huh?
Yo, I'm with Fred. I can go for a nice bowl of curry. See, Rindu? Beat gets me in a way you never will. Stop being dramatic. Wanna just go to the Dons?
Right.
Yes, I knew you'd come around. Okay, so we have to help him out again.
What?
Hold up. Ain't this a ramen joint? A lot of things have changed in 3 years. It used to be, but now they do curry. And so what ails him now? Man, I'm starving! Oh no.
You're kidding.
The place is packed to the max! Glad to see business is booming at least. The Don sure looks busy. Not just busy, but overwhelmed, and understandably so. Oh, come on, let's line up with everyone else.
Oh.
The chicken in this curry is positively exquisite, marinated to perfection. And do I detect the richness of expertly tempered cumin?
Yup.
Not to mention the base. The depth is reminiscent of a hearty ramen broth. Oh, and these finishing spices. It's an entirely new culinary experience. Damn, I feel all sophisticated just having listened to that. Oh, that's Buddy Rapids from the Shibuya Historical Society.
Fascinating.
Far be it from him to miss the opening of a remarkable new shop in Shibuya. Didn't think he'd be this into curry, though.
Actually...
There's just one thing amiss.
Huh?
Disgraceful! Don't you know who I am? Enough! I'm leaving! Oh, thanks. Come again. How utterly infuriating. What'd he do? What's up with him?
Indeed.
Something must have fouled his mood. Maybe the curry was bad? Doubt it. He wiped the whole plate clean. Dang it! I completely forgot to give him a glass of water! What's gotten into me?
Huh?
You don't think... Is that what Buddy was all pissy about?
Huh?
All that over a glass of water? Seriously, it's not that big a deal. Mistakes happen all the time. Especially when you're as busy as the Dawn is right now. Perhaps he interpreted the absence of water as an affront to his personage.
Man.
How? It's just water! With prestige comes pride, and pride is easily wounded. I suspect he may spread word of today's perceived subpar experience. Yeah, after one bad experience, you're likely to tell 10 people. Painting himself as the victim of poor service, naturally. The Dawn doesn't deserve that! It was just a mistake! We gotta sort this out.
Huh.
He can't have gone far, yo. We can still catch him.
Right.
Yeah, let's follow after him. The Dawn, alright. Okay, so we got Buddy Rapids out of that. Found him! Over there!
Yup.
Spicy curry, Dawn, eh? You'll rue the day you left me parched without refreshment!
What?
What's he doing? Is he gonna call someone or leave a bad review? Dunno, but it looks like we were right about what made him so angry. We have to stop him! We can't let him smear his shit all over the net! Agreed. We should resolve this misunderstanding quickly. Imprinting may be our best bet. Right, let's do it! But what to
Gotta
imprint?
focus. Let's have a look.
Alright, the curry was tasty, wasn't it?
Here's an idea.
Or maybe we should say brand new, because it has only been around for 3 days. The sauce was incredibly rich and flavorful. I can honestly say I've never tasted anything like it in my life. It was so scrumptious I cleaned my entire plate. I'll definitely be back for more.
Actually,
That curry, though, was extraordinary. Eating it was like entering into an uncharted world of culinary delight.
all right.
I must inform all of my fellow curry enthusiasts. Whew, crisis averted.
Yeah.
Thank goodness for that. Still, guy's got a real stick up his ass. Getting all heated over some lousy water. It may seem trivial, but from his perspective, his most basic expectations were not met. It may have made him feel unwelcome, or as if he were being deliberately provoked. None of this is true, of course. 'Twas merely a mistake. But that doesn't change how he felt about it, and those feelings negatively impacted his overall experience. Wow, she's surprisingly empathic. Everything else can be perfect, but just one mistake, and suddenly the entire meal is ruined. The human mind is a volatile and fickle thing. You think? It's interesting Nagi and Beat are the same age. Huh. It still don't make sense to me. Yeah, you don't seem like the type to let a slip-up get in the way of a good meal. Course not! Nothing can keep me from enjoying my food. Someone put a lot of time and effort into making it. No way I'm dissing the love they put in. Wow, Pete, that's really sweet, actually. So, are we okay with not eating any curry? No way! Let's head back! Hopefully it's not sold out. Did we get no... Okay, I was about to say, did we not get any FP? No! Sold out! Too bad. It's okay, Tummy. Maybe next time. Bummer, yo. Guess we'll just have to try again tomorrow. Hark, could that be? The prince? Oh, brother. If he's here, then the place will be crawling with his followers tomorrow. But my curry! Leave some for me! Reminds me of that guy from the Deep River Society we met here. Hope he managed to get a bowl for himself before he got friggin' erased. Alright, golden. So, was it something else? Maybe we couldn't actually, like, we got him added, but we couldn't actually unlock him. Week 2, day 4. So somebody else in Dogenzaka. More rare noise. Increases the frequency with which rare noise symbols appear. Sure, that seems cool. Alright, an Uber pin unlock. That would be really friggin' nice. Alright. So who is our last person that we can help out today? It's someone else here. Someone we had to have already walked past, so they're probably upstairs. Yes, what's up? Oh, okay, so we gotta dive. And it's that guy! That's Gatonero. The hell are you talking about? That guy's hoodie. Oh, we saw someone wearing that the other day, right? Wait, is it the same guy? It appears the poor fellow has been possessed. Now that you mention it, he is giving off a pretty funky aura. Alas, we may have no choice but to go on the offensive.
Right.
You said it, yo. Let's do one of them extinctions.
Yes.
Close enough. Anyway, let's do this. First, Takuihama. Alright. And he was up here. Slow-mo rare noise. Slows down the speed at which rare noise symbols move. Okay. We can't actually do it until we help him, though. We can change Nagi's to something else. Let's go for... His is still kind of weak. Wow. Okay, this is only our strongest triangle psych if we attack from behind. We'll just give her back... Yeah, let's give her back Kumakiri. And then we'll give him something else. Sure, let's go for Drift Tackle.
Gotta focus.
Alright. I came all the way from Kansai to buy some Gatonero for my kid's sister, but that cashier was so cute I bought a ton of stuff just to see her smile. Hope I can still afford rent.
Shall I proceed then?
Alright.
Onward I die!
Yeah, the recommended level is way lower. We've done so much grinding too, we're massively over
You got a
leveled.
lot of nerve taking me on, yo.
Alright. This should be fairly simple.
Let's do this!
She was so perfect. Once I go back to Kansai, it's goodbye forever. Alright. Everybody gets some.
Volume, yo.
Nice.
Keep it going!
Let's go ahead and get this one.
Goes on.
I love when he says that. And the beat goes on. Alright. We gotta get this one out of here. Gonna be our biggest problem.
Contribution.
That was perfect.
Alright. A little bit more of this action.
Keep it up, Fred! Will do!
Crap.
Buddy!
It's not even strong. It just has a lot of HP. There we go. Got you out of there. Nice. Whoa. We got 4 minutes for this? It must have more than 3 reductions then.
No sweat for Fred!
New ones. I can't shake the feeling we might be soulmates. Healthy erasure. What does that mean? So if we kill them, our HP goes up?
Yes! Got it!
Yeah, we're healing. Neat. Alright, not sure why that was a thing, but okay.
Oh, this
This is gonna be easy.
I can't afford to drop this much money all at once. What was I thinking? Alright. A little bit of this action for your troubles.
How's that?
Nice.
Booyaka!
Alright.
Shred these punks.
Then a little bit of power there. Alright.
Hang in there. Heads on.
There we go.
Yes, got it.
Not bad.
Yeah, fairly simple doing it like this. Whoa. We actually took a lot of hits there, though.
Are we really gonna be okay here?
I'm such a pushover. No wonder no one likes me. Yeah, okay, 4 HP or 4 reductions.
Time to use my true power.
What you been waiting for?
Alright.
Time for a beatdown, yo.
Crap. We completely missed. Whoa, the penguins know that? No, I think I might have been looking at the wrong thing. Alright. Nice.
Great job.
Alright. Got the penguin out of there.
Gonna save costs.
Come on. There we go. Okay, drift tackle is actually pretty good.
That was close.
I don't know why I haven't been using this more. There we go. Yeah, knocked it out of the friggin' park.
The twisters are on top.
No new pins, though. It's all good. Got 2 for the bronze, 2 for the silver, 2 for the gold. It'll be good, broski. Well, it was fun while it lasted, but it's time to move on. Still stuck with all these Mr. Mew dolls, though. My sister's getting more presents than she bargained for. Alright, well. I respect a brother that loves his little sis. Alright, team, let's bounce. Is that going to be the only mention we get of Rhyme? Nice work, Nagi. Another Dilaton. And our social network updated with him. Alright. So that's all 3. Alright. Oh, we don't have enough of a connection established. Okay, well. We don't really need the Dilaton from her. We can buy all the stuff that I've been waiting to do so far. Alright. Bellezza Suprema. Black Rose. And I don't use any other pin decks. We just have the single ones. Not worried about that even a little bit. And then we can get his as well. Noise Magnet. See, why can we get the same thing from these two? It doesn't make much sense to me. And we can spend our last bit. Brand synergy. Nah. Let's get those Gekirine sneakers. And that's almost everything. Alright.
Let's move.
Now, this place is Urban Legend, which we have not even started yet.
What to do?
Okay. Oh no, Dogenzaka doesn't have one. Tsutaya Ois does, though. Alright. Go ahead and see what's going on here. So, what's the story with this place? Well, we won't know until we scan the area.
A show.
Come on, Fret. Time to cut loose, yo. Alrighty. Focus, Fret. Focus.
Let's have a look.
So we go ahead and hit the remind. Got the left, got the left stick set, and now got the right stick set.
Try to remember.
Okay. So what didn't you see nothing of, sir? Did I just see a red crow? No way. This can't be one of Macastree's urban legends. Wait, there was one about getting cursed by a red raven if you throw your garbage in the wrong trash can, right? Someone else must have reacted as well.
Let's move.
Yep. Alright, we got one. I feel like this place was in one of Macastree's videos, right? Something about getting in an accident if you throw your trash in the wrong can. I never do that, so there's nothing for me to worry about. Anyone who throws their garbage in the wrong trash can gets cursed. And stalked by red ravens. Such noble protectors of our environment. I don't know, boss. I don't think anyone deserves to get caught in an accident. Whatever. Let's go check out the garbage.
Right.
Good idea. Alright, well. Looks pretty garbagey to me. So that's the trash can of terror.
I see.
Noted as for combustible garbage only. Is he about to get cursed? You see that? Oh yes, that impudent cur. Looked like he threw away a bottle or a can.
Seriously, yo?
Then it's time to take out the trash.
Yeah.
Whoa, buddy, calm down for a sec. Oh, wow. Okay. New enemy type. Or maybe it'll be... Because we faced off against orangish crows. There it is, the red raven. It landed right on that guy's head, but it doesn't look like he noticed. That's just a punk-ass noise, yo. What a buzzkill. I wonder... Based on what we've learned of this curse, I doubt it is merely a punk-ass noise. Oh yeah, someone said how it gets people into accidents, right? Let's just follow that guy for now. Are we gonna have to push him out of the way? But like a... Oh, he went to Dogonzaka. Okay, well I guess that's how that factors in. You know what we should also do? I should check. Hold on.
Let me think this through.
Because there's no... Okay, no, there's no new arrivals anywhere. Yeah. God dang. Alright. Go ahead and head over here. Make sure this dude does not die. Yeah, he's in danger. There's our guy. Whoa, whoa. He's walking straight into traffic. He appears rather determined to pick up the litter on the road. You think that noise is controlling him? Maybe. Nagi, you think you can exorcise that noise? 'Twould be my pleasure.
Pardon the intrusion!
Alright. We're gonna go ahead and free you up, broski. I've gotta pick up that treasure before someone else steals it. Oh, look. There's more shiny treasure over there. Maybe, is this gonna be another 4 reduction? Because I wasn't paying attention to how many noise symbols there were before, but that must mean 4.
What an awful affliction.
And this guy's even weaker. But I guess because we need to do this one for the story, whereas the other one was an optional battle.
I can do this.
But as you can see, our max level is actually much, much higher. But level only factors into HP in this game, so. This treasure's mine, my precious. Alright, big noise. Get ready to go down, down, down. Alright. We got them out of there. Nice. Almost. Alright. A little bit of this. A little bit of that. Then a little bit of this.
Contribution.
Ooh, whoops. God dang. Okay, we completely effed that up. Nice.
Most spectacular.
Got him.
It goes on.
Victory.
A little bit more of this.
Let's keep it up.
That was sick.
Just gotta keep swirling at him. Crap.
Ain't no stopping us now.
Come on.
That was
There we go. Alright, and we finally got him erased.
Okay, we got
This one No one else gets to have the shinies. Increased damage. These penguin noise are actually a bit of a problem. Like when I was grinding for points, in the second scramble slam, there was actually like that. The penguin hit me, and on the 10th reduction, and we died. Like, oh my gosh, we have to do that all over again. Oh, it's such a pain even thinking about it, but yes, that was a problem. Alright, more increased damage. Time to take them home to my nest. Luckily, we've just got the rhino and big band frogs here, so nothing we need to worry about. We've almost got this thing completely taken out. And then go ahead and have you get some. Well, there goes one.
Not bad, I'd say.
We're going to be able to open up the very next battle with this. Oh, well, hey.
I expected nothing less.
Still no new pins. 2 more FP. 4 more FP. 6 more FP. Okay, now come back to your senses, bro. Whoa, where the hell am I? And why do I feel like I need to pick up anything shiny? We didn't even fight any. No, we fought ravens on like the first reduction. Whoa, what am I doing here? Hang on, wasn't I outside? Oh, east? Weird.
A show.
Get going, Penny. Yeah, for real. It was looking dicey for a second there, but you pulled it off, boss. So it really was just some dumb old noise, huh?
Right.
Looks like it. I guess it was nesting near those trash cans. Must have had a real thing for cans, you know, since they're shiny and everything. And it probably didn't care about the burnable garbage since most of it's, you know, not shiny.
Indeed.
I imagine your hypothesis is more or less correct. Ravens seem to be quite fond of shiny objects. Case closed then? Guess so. At least we know why it turned into a story about people mixing up trash cans now. Yep, like Fred said, case closed. So we good to tell everyone's favorite Reaper about our adventure?
Mm-hmm.
I think so. Alright, so next up... Okay, we've done Dunno East, done Center Street. Okay, we still have Cat Street and Shibuya Hikarie left. So we'll do the closest one, and then we'll finish things off with Cat Street. We've got a higher chance of rare noise showing up. Should we be checking out to see if there's pig noise? No pig noise there, but there's got to be some somewhere, right? Somebody gives us, it's Kaye. Kaye gives us a pig noise indicator, so we can actually start seeing them on our screen, on our mini-map. But until then, we kind of just have to hear the oinking, which we have not heard yet. This place is supposed to have its own legend, too.
Yep.
Shibuya sure ain't short on him.
Huh.
So, you gonna do your thing or what, Fred?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, I totally forgot. Okay, here goes. Alright, investigate the urban legend.
Let's have a look.
So far, we don't hear any oinking, so we might as well just go in.
What are we thinking here?
First this one, and then bring it on home.
Come on, think.
Alright. Get a little reminder going out. So this guy loves Legends. How much do you love Legends? Pretty sure that overpass is the one Maka Street featured in one of his urban legend videos. The one right by Shibuya Hikarie. I'll have to check it out later. So we have to go to the overpass? I wonder if that's the graffiti Makis G was talking about. He said anyone who follows those arrows disappears, right? Seems kind of sketchy to me. Looks like there's some kind of story connected to the overpass by Shibuya Hikarie. And I suspect that is where the cursed arrows lie in wait. I ain't scared or nothing, but that's gotta be bogus, right? I suppose there is but one way to find out. You said it. Let's head for the overpass. So this involves both, just like O East's involves... Oh, never mind. Oh, there's our arrows. Doesn't look like anything to me.
What?
This ain't even close to being spooky. Actually, now that I think about it, I have seen this somewhere before. Oh man, where was it?
I see.
Lord Rindo, where would you say these arrows are pointing? Looks like the expressway underpass.
A show.
Then let's bounce and check it out. Alright.
Let's move.
We were headed there anyways until we actually saw the big, unmissable attention drawer. When are we going to be able to go to the Shibuya stream? Haven't been able to hit that place up yet. And we already know Ryoji doesn't have anything new for us. I don't know why I check this dude every time. Check it out, yo. Is that a QR code in the bottom right?
Curious.
It certainly bears an uncanny resemblance to those arrows we just gazed upon. But they're all pointing in different directions. What's that about? Sure makes it tough to know where to go next.
Lord Rindo.
May I? Do you suppose the code at the bottom has some sort of significance? It might. Let me try scanning it with my phone. It's a QR code.
What?
This some kind of clue, yo? Seek the fortress that houses those who protect this area. Follow the arrow that points left when viewed from the fortress's gate. Well, that bit about people who protect this area could mean about a million different things. We ought to begin by searching for this so-called fortress.
Let's move.
What does it mean? I mean, the dentist is kind of like a fortress that protects people's teeth, right? But don't most people only go after they've got a problem? One could say those who go for their regular checkups are being protected.
Right.
See? Boss gets me! Let's go ahead and add it to the list. Man, I don't know. A fortress that protects this area. Does this place really fit? Okay, I had no idea that was a dentist's office because I can't read Japanese. Oh, a police station. This has got to be it. Anyone else feel kind of uneasy? Yeah, I really do.
No.
What? You did something we should know about? No, I'm a good boy, okay?
A show.
Then act like it, yo. Otherwise, the pigs will start sniffing around. Wait, what am I worried for? They can't even see us. Personally speaking, I feel most at ease when police officers are nearby. You would. Shibuya is full of all sorts of shady characters, after all. One never knows what might await when turning a corner. I imagine I am far from the only one who feels safer with people in uniform around. You're not, but... Either way, a police station does fit the description in that clue pretty nicely.
Let's move.
We probably have to investigate all three of these places before we can actually go anywhere. Ryoji. Would he count? What about Ryoji's store? Not exactly the first place that comes to mind when I think of somewhere that keeps Shibuya safe. Frankly speaking, I would describe its owner as a harbinger of chaos.
What?
What'd he do to get such a bad rap? Stuff. Still, I guess you could consider him a protector of the peace depending on your perspective. Let's keep him in mind. Maybe it's probably talking about the police. Feels like we've checked out all the most likely places. I suggest we consider them all while consulting this map. Okay, so when viewed from B, we have to go to, what is it? We have to go to the West Express, or the West Exit bus station. That's great, Nagi. I suppose 'tis advantageous to have me around sometimes. Nice going, boss. Okay, this is a good chance to review everything we've learned so far. So, which one of these arrows do we need to follow? The clue was, seek the fortress that houses those who protect this area, which is B. Then, when you're at the fortress, you have to follow the arrow that's pointing left. So if we were standing at B, the arrow pointing to our left would be the red one, but we can't go that direction. So our candidates for the fortress are Ryoji's store, the police station, and the dentist. If it's Ryoji's place, then we need to follow the yellow arrow. Whereas the police station would mean we want to follow the blue arrow. What? Well, whatever. And then there's the dentist. That'd be the pink arrow. Man, which one is it?
Lord Rindo.
Have you reached a decision? Let's follow the blue arrow. Yeah, pretty sure we want to follow the blue arrow.
What?
How come? No matter how you think about it, the fortress that protects this area has to be the police station. Only in the most classical of senses. If you look at the arrow from its entrance, the blue arrow points to its left. Man, you lost me. What you two think? I am firmly in Lord Rindo's camp. Which means I am too. Never go against the boss. Alright, then that means we gotta head to the West Exit bus terminal.
Right.
You got it. Let's bounce, yo. Because we can't even go anywhere else. We can either go back the way we came or not be able to go anywhere else. So this was really the only answer. Ooh, what's up with you? Looks like that's the end of the arrows.
Indeed.
Which would suggest this is a spot where people are prone to vanish. The bus terminal? I mean, plenty of people get lost here, but that's kind of different. Wait, where'd Rindude go?
What?
No idea, but he sure as hell ain't here. Oh my, he appears to have boarded yonder bus. Did he not realize he was doing that? Quit playing games, Rindude! Hurry up and get off the bus! The controller's vibrating. Did he actually leave? Or is this gonna be a that was close? Oh, that was too close. Who knows where that would have taken me? Why'd you hop on in the first place, yo? Wish I could tell you, Beat.
Oh.
Hang on a sec. You're a player? A Reaper? What are you doing here? Wait, you're the one who made me get on that bus, aren't you?
Yeah.
My bad, my bad. I had my eyes on some saps from the RG. Anyone who shows up after following those arrows gets a free ride on whatever bus is about to leave. Honestly, I don't even know where they're headed half the time. Funny stuff, right? Tell me, what exactly is your angle here?
Nah.
What's it to you, brat? I don't need to waste my time explaining myself to you. Anyway, there's no point putting players on buses. Not like you get very far. What would happen?
Hey, punk.
I'm getting seriously ticked off just listening to you run your dumb mouth, yo. But at least now we know who's behind that urban legend. Wait, you mean someone's already onto me? Crap. Actually, maybe this can work out okay. I just need you kids to do me a favor and die. No can do. Okay, so at least, I mean, this one makes sense as to why he'd want to fight us. He needs us to perish so that whatever plot he's working out can remain intact.
We got this in the bag.
Unlucky for him, it's not going to work out that way.
Time for a beatdown, yo.
All right. Wow, that actually worked out really freaking badly.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Come on, perfect timing.
All right, so as long as we keep moving, we'll be good to go. Crap. Nice, got him. Oh, crap. These wolves, dude. Friggin' annoying. Alright.
That was sick.
Get a little bit of that going.
Perfect timing.
A little bit of this action. And all she needs to do is hit him one more time. Crap. Alright. It's all good. We still got this. Just gotta free her. Nice. And then instantly got them out of there. Easy peasy.
Alright, could have been worse.
Got ourselves a nice little A rank. Ooh, never too young. Always remember, people, jail is just a place. I'm sorry, it won't happen. Wait, no. The full quote is age is just a number, but jail is also just a place. That's the full quote. Remember that. I'm sorry, it won't happen again. I just wanted to have some fun. Well, whatever you do, please don't tell the other Reapers. All the other Reapers I see look crazy busy. Don't you have something else you should be doing? Honestly, I don't. There's so few teams now, I basically have no purpose. So I figured it wouldn't hurt if I pulled some pranks on peeps in the RG.
Huh?
You've got a funny idea of what qualifies as a prank.
Oh.
Come on, don't be such a stiff. They get on some random bus and then when they come to, they've got no idea where they are. You should see the looks of terror on the tourists' faces. You kidding me? You was just doing it because you was sad? Please don't hurt me. I just wanted someone to notice me. Did you ever once consider how those people's friends felt when they vanished? Even if they ultimately came back safe and sound, the damage cannot be undone. 'Tis little surprise this reoccurring phenomenon became the talk of the town. Hence our urban legend. I think this means we've got all the info we need now. Say, I've been wondering. Are you kids looking into this stuff for a mission?
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah. In fact, we've got to go and tell the Reaper about this one sometime soon. I don't suppose I could convince you to keep quiet.
What you say?
How about you keep quiet? But of course, I'll just be on my way then. See ya. For a split second, I swear I saw an actual tail between his legs. That punk better enjoy his freedom while he can. The Reapers will be all over him soon enough, yo. And that's a wrap. Indeed, this legend holds no more mysteries. Good work, team. Let's go update the Reaper. 5K, and that's it. Alright, well, the only thing we have left to do is to go to Cat Street. It's actually nice. This day is probably going to be a fairly important day for revisiting. We can go to any shop we like here, or on this particular day, except Shiba Stream.
What to do?
No, we need to go to Tower Records. Center Street is the wrong one. Skip over this. Pig noise.
Gotta focus.
No. There's lots of shark noise here, though. Holy crap. But no pig noise to speak of, sadly. Alright. Cat Street, our final destination for today, before heading back to Center Street, and then Tipsy Toes Hall. Ain't there supposed to be a legend around here, yo?
Yep.
Think so? Want me to work my magic?
Ah.
By all means. Time to focus on Macastree's urban legends. One more time. Let's do this one more time. Alright. Got the first half and the second half.
Try to remember.
So who do we need to hit up now? There is no one nearby, looks like. Yep, here we go. Got our first taker. Wasn't the telephone pole for Macastree's urban legend over here on Cat Street? So you're supposed to be able to hear the voices of the dead if you get close enough. Oh, just the one? I guess the telephone pole is that one over by Jupes. Probably. Now we just need to get a little closer and see if we hear anything. Listening to the wails of the dead was not on my to-do list today. Let's hurry up and check it out, yo. You volunteering to listen for us, Beat? For show. My hero. Alright. Again, I would not be scared of something like this. Let's see what we got. This is the spot, right? I can't hear a damn thing. Kudos to you for just going to check it out, though. No fear. Anyway, maybe it takes a little while to get going? Maybe. Let's wait and see if anything changes. Go ahead and see if there's any updates. That's weird.
I see.
I could not agree more. What you mean? Didn't you see that lady who just walked by, Beat? They look spooked.
What you say?
Seriously? So the legend was legit after all? Let's give him a scan and find out why.
Gotta focus.
Whoa. That was a person groaning just now, right? It sounded like they were heard. Pretty sure it came from somewhere in front of me, but where? Whoa, that lady got so scared she practically scared me half to death. Total scareception. Looks like something just spooked that lady over there real good. Maybe I'll go check it out myself. This place is way too quiet for a street that connects Shiba to Harajuku. All this silence makes me want to go clubbing and make some noise. Wow, everybody's freaked out. Gotta say, I love this area. You'd never know you're still in Shibuya. So much quieter over here than it is by the station. Did everyone's? Wow. Ew, I'm pretty sure some weirdo behind me was just moaning to himself. Why am I such a creep magnet? Could have sworn I just heard someone groaning to my left, but there's no one there. Sure seems like they heard something. Doubtless the souls of the damned. But how come only some people can hear it? No idea. That part's still a mystery. You think some people just have a sixth sense for that stuff? Let us ascertain what all those who can hear the voices have in common. Don't tell me you can't hear my voice now. Some of them ain't even standing here though. Wait a second. Those people who did hear the voices are standing in a straight line.
What?
I guess so, but what's it mean? Perhaps we will find out if we follow the people's path. Our answer could lie along the line they created. Alright, let's head down the street. May we find the truth we desire. So we just keep going this way? Doesn't look like there's anyone past here who heard the voices. Alright, let's have a look around here then. We're hearing it! Damn, you guys scared me. What's up? What do you mean? Didn't you hear that? Nope. How about you, B? I ain't hear nothing, yo. Well, I certainly did. 'Twas a most disturbing groan. No kidding. You think I'll hear it? You think I'll hear it too if I stand over there? Yeah. So you have to be standing in a particular place in order to hear it. What the hell was that? So you can only hear it if you're standing right here? The mystery deepens. Oh, hey, I think I found it. That appears to be a speaker. So what? It was just some dumb prank? That appears to be it. Looks like a fan to me, though. Oh dear, I can hear it again. Wait, it just stopped. Boss? It appears one must stand between the speaker and the telephone pole to hear the sound. No way, you're right!
What?
This is getting whacker by the minute, yo.
Let's look it up.
Let's see. Speaker direction. Ah, this must be it. Apparently it's called a directional speaker. What's it do? It lets you project sounds in a specific direction. And if you don't stand in the right spot, you won't be able to hear anything.
I see.
That certainly matches what we've experienced today. Yet why is it here to begin with? That's a bogus prank, yo. Look, there's a camera right there. You think someone's streaming footage of people freaking out? What a creep. Put succinctly, some reprobate's idea of a joke transformed into an urban legend. Guess they wanted to get famous by starting something supernatural.
A show.
All that matters is we know what's up now. Let's go tell that Reaper. Great minds. More adamantite. Alright, well, that's literally all of them.
Let's move.
Alright, buddy boy, we got a whole bunch of news for you. So, you kids got any tasty morsels of info for me?
Yes.
Sure. You want to hear a story about Shiba Hikarie? Boy, do I ever. So, there's this story about these cursed arrows. Real spooky. They say anyone who goes where they point disappears.
Yeah.
Sure, I know that one. So what was actually happening? Some Reaper led anyone who followed the arrows onto a random bus. Apparently he got a kick out of watching people panic. Beats me. Well, not all Reapers are as calm and collected as yours truly. But like, didn't you tell them to cut that out? Not like they'd listen to any of us. I guess you make a good point. Hang on, that's not important right now. It's time for me to pass judgment on your truth.
Great.
I believe you. Your findings more or less match up with what I know. Which means you've just earned yourself 35 points. So we have to report them one at a time. So, you kids got any tasty morsels of info for me?
Yes.
Sure. Do you want to hear a story about O-East? You bet. Lay it on me. This legend concerns a trash can most terrifying. Word has it that anyone who throws non-recyclables into said can meets with an unfortunate fate. A red raven stalks the perpetrator until they get in an accident. Right. One of my favorites. So, what's the scoop? That red raven was actually a noise. And it possessed anyone that saw throw shiny cans or bottles in the trash. Sounds like it wanted to get them to gather up even more shiny stuff. The possessed people got sent to search for shiny objects on the streets. Which, unsurprisingly, is when they got intimately acquainted with moving traffic. Alright, it's time for me to pass judgment on your truth.
Great.
So, we only really had to do 4 of these then. I wonder if reporting all 7 will net us something extra.
Yes.
Do you want to hear a story about Cat Street?
Yeah.
That's one of my favorite spots. Okay, what you got? This legend involves ghostly voices that whisper to one from the abyss. They say that if you step on the certain shadow cast by a certain telephone pole, you can hear the voices of the dead. Love it. And what was the deal with this legend? It was actually just a prank someone was playing using a directional speaker. Oh, really now?
Yeah.
I believe you. However... What do you mean, however? It's a real bummer to find out it was just some dumb prank. Some urban legends are better left shrouded in mystery, I guess.
Really?
Hey, you're the one who told us to get to the bottom of these! Undone by my own hubris. Anyway, you've just earned yourself 25 points. So he's getting stingier and stingier with these. Nice work, team. What? We got 35, then we got 32. putting us at 67. Right now we've got like what? And then we just got another 25. He's probably going to give us like 8 points next or something.
Yes.
Do you want to hear a story about the Scramble Crossing? Oh man, that's what I'm super curious about. What did you find out? That there's some shady deals going on, yo. There's a building that flashes on the big screen in the crossing. Anybody who goes there and walks around counterclockwise dies in 7 days. Doesn't surprise me that that one's been making the rounds. So, what was actually happening? Some sketchy Reaper was running a shady side hustle with players. Care to tell me more?
Really?
Well, about that. You're not gonna trick us and say we're wrong once we spill the beans. Nah, man, I'm not like that. I just want to know the truth. Especially if it concerns one of my colleagues. How can we be certain you two are not merely using us? Having us players do your own internal investigations would be awfully convenient. Come on, you really think I'd stoop that low? We really don't know you, bro. We can't even tell you apart from any of the other Reapers. I promise I'm not playing you. Now hurry up and share. Fine. The deals were for turf war points. I knew that son of a... I mean, nice work. That's super interesting.
Yeah.
I believe you. You actually found out way more than I did. In that case, you ought to sweeten the deal. How's about you give us a few extra points? Oh, don't worry, kid. I will. I'm gonna give you a whopping 40 points for that one, and that puts us over. Woohoo! Alright.
Yeah.
Congrats! You finally managed to rack up 100 points. I won't stand in your way anymore, noble seekers of the truth. I was starting to think we'd never get enough points. Hey, have any other teams already completed your mission today?
Huh?
Good question. Honestly, my memory is a little hazy right now. Why don't you go and see for yourself? It's no fun if I spoil the truth for you now, is it? Real talk, I'm fine with spoilers. Whatever, let's just go. Oh, and if you get to the bottom of any other urban legends, feel free to let me know. Will do, pal, will do. We did all 7 of them. Jealous rage. I didn't even know it was an option to not do all 7. But I guess they did constantly say we should go and report back to the Reaper. Okay, thankfully this one's not an Uber pin for once. Alright. This one we can actually equip to our peoples. The other 2 were both Uber pins. You can overcome and the healing one. I have the most trouble finding you can overcome. There it is. Alright. Whoops. Oh, crap. I meant to walk back up to the dude. Okay. Something going on over there, but first we're going to turn in the rest of these. We do not want to have to revisit this day and do them over. He should bless us with something new, though.
Oh? Yes.
Do you want to hear a story about Spain Hill? Sure do. Come on, spill the beans. So there's this stairway. A stairway to hell. They say the second your foot touches the 18th step, you get spirited away. Hard to believe, I know.
Yeah.
Nah, I've heard that one plenty of times. So, tell me, what's the deal with this legend? There was some scorpion-looking noise hiding out inside the stairs. Anyone who walked over it tripped and suddenly got chills. That's weird. It must have stung him or something. Regardless, the foul fiend's touch induces a considerable panic. And that's putting it lightly. No wonder it's got people talking. Alrighty, good job.
Great.
I believe you. You know, you kids might have a future in this line of work. So we got 30 points for that, even though we don't need points anymore.
Yes.
Do you want to hear a story about 104? Ah, I was hoping you'd look into that one. Lay it on me. It's all about a white line that gives off some real bad vibes, yo. Just one line on the crossing outside of 104. Apparently, if you step on that sucker, you're all out of luck.
Yeah.
So they say. Well, what did you find out? Some player was messing with people by imprinting words in their heads. No kidding. Who was it then? Come on, you can trust me.
Huh?
I'm not so sure about that. Huh? And here I thought we were best buds. Sorry? I do hope that won't adversely impact the points we receive. Nah, no worries there. I just want to know everything I can. Well, we told you the important stuff. Man, you really aren't going to give it up, are you? Alright, fine.
Great.
I believe you. Everything you said matches up with what I know. Glad that was enough. I couldn't have lived with myself if Motsue's team lost points because of me. I guess that makes sense. We don't want to die, but we don't want to be the reason somebody else dies either. Not bad. And then one last one.
Yes.
Do you want to hear a story about Center Street? Oh, a local legend. Okay, kid, lay it on me. There's one about some ghastly changing rooms. Apparently, if you use changing rooms at the clothing stores on Center Street, you vanish the second you leave the store. Never to be seen again. Yeah, I've heard that one. Alright, so what was really going on? You see, the thing about that is, if we tell him that Varia Beauty was behind it, will that get him in trouble? There's still a chance we might team up. Maybe we should massage the truth a little. So the person who disappeared was actually from the UG. They went to a store that serves players and tried on some stuff. And then they left without paying. Well, that won't do. One of the store clerks chased them as far as the exit, too. And that's when they saw the thief vanish before their very eyes. Right. Okay, that makes sense. Did you find out who the perp was then?
Nah.
Sadly, no. Huh. Oh well, you win some, you lose some. And for the last one, I believe you. That matches up nicely with what I heard. What you heard? You mean you already knew the truth this whole time? Not in so many words. Plus, there's always more to learn, even when you spend every day looking into this stuff. So I figured it wouldn't hurt to ask you kids to help out. You're bound to find something I overlooked. Documenting urban legends is my death's work. Come on, I can still count on you, right? I guess so. I'm sure we'll see you again soon enough.
Oh?
Oh wait, there's one more thing I need to tell you. You just earned yourselves 30 points. Alright. Of course, I'll happily lend an ear if you've got more stories to share. So leave no stone unturned in your search for the truest of truths. No way! This is a new background theme. You kids have got to the bottom of every dang legend Shibuya has! Huh. Now that you mention it, I guess we have. You're the most legendary legend hunters I've ever met. Must hold back my tears. Alright, I've put myself together enough to give you a token of my thanks. This better be a good, not Uber pin.
Huh? Look.
Here, have this. You've earned it, you beautiful players. Thanks? A dilaton. That's it? Okay. Well, we have gotten a bunch of new pins today, but still, I'm greedy. I want more. And, oh, actually, let's drop a whole bunch of stuff. This guy's food is pretty good. That grilled alligator. 7 defense. Because Fret will be the only person who doesn't eat something like that.
Let's eat.
As you can see, it's because he has max HP.
Fine.
And pretty soon, Nagi will as well.
Appreciate it.
We get to spend a lot of money so that we don't like lose out when we fight. Say, you don't think that's our target? But then what's that over there? Whatever it is, the other team's already on it, yo. Do we have to beat it before they do? Oh, what timely tidings. The Fairy Beauties have engaged with their target. What's that mean? We each got our own target to take on? I guess, which means that if we want to win today, we must slay our target before others can claim the kill as their own. Then what are we waiting for, man? They finna beat us if we don't get a move on, yo. Right, let's go.
I must needs weather this storm.
So this is one of those big elephants? These ones are actually kind of obnoxious to try to take on, but we'll be fine. A souped up elephant. Luckily for us, it won't move. Alright. First one of these. Alright. And then Rindo can drop the noise on him. What's that? I think we're kind of hurting it. Alright. And then we'll do another one of these. Nice. A little more. Let's kill these things really quickly. Okay, I was like, why are we hitting it? And then get you out of here. Are we missing or what? I don't really know. Okay, let's get this thing exploding. All right. Oh, it's pulling us in. And that cancels out the psychs we're using. Interesting. All right. But I mean, we're still clobbering this thing. It's not even close. Crap. An easy dub, as they say. And then as soon as Nagi's in there, maybe if we were a lower level, but we definitely had our beef gates. Enemies were friggin' ridiculous. Absolutely not worried about doing this the way it should have been done. Alright. We didn't hit this thing a single time with our friggin' psych, dude. So with this, alright, as long as we're not standing in front of it, then we can completely disregard that attack. Yeah. Nice. Got him. Yeah, that was really easy. The disappearing iguanas that hit you hard if you don't dodge in time, that's a friggin' boss. But these, maybe if we were weaker, if we were lower leveled, that'd have hurt. A B, alright.
Gotta get my head back into zone.
Balloon trip. Okay, and we've maxed out that Uber pin. We can finally put something else on. And I'm assuming...
Jeez, that took forever!
Yeah, dude, because we did all 7 of those urban legends.
What about the target, yo? Somebody beat us to it?
It would appear so.
How? I thought we erased it pretty quickly.
The Fairy of Beauties took down today's target.
Good for her, I guess.
But the Ruin Bringers
didn't even do anything.
Remain on top.
Same story, different day, yo.
But this puts the Pure Hearts squarely in last place, and probably by a pretty wide margin, too.
You know, I'm starting to see what Kanon was getting at.
Yes, but we must exercise caution, lest our teamwork be branded as rule-breaking.
Be nice if we could just take down the top dogs on our own.
But how are we supposed to know if we stand a chance against them?
Right. If we start beating them down, beating the Ruin Bringers down, who's to say Shiba won't jump in on their side?
We still don't know who it is we're up against. And even if we do stand a chance, can we really make it home?
So, any thoughts, Rin dude?
Huh?
We told you what we think. What about you?
I would be against it.
I'm Still thinking.
Well, make up your mind.
I just need more time.
How much time?
Because we've only got 2 more days left in this week.
More.
Well, how many hours is more? We can't keep Kanon waiting.
I know. Now can you give me a friggin' break already?
Yeah, trouble in paradise yet again.
Just because you jump off Tokyo Tower if Kanon asked.
And what's that supposed to mean?
How are you so sure she won't try to screw us over?
I mean, I'm not 100% sure, but still.
Yeah, this might be what happened to the previous team, the one before Fuya's got erased.
Then maybe you should think a little harder for once.
This seems like it might be building up to Fret leaving. Fret might just up and join the Varia Beauties.
Look, all I was saying is that it might be a good idea to team up with her. That's all. And if we can pull it off without her help, then that's even better. We've all made up our minds, so I figured you had too.
I will, okay? I just need more time.
Sure, but we don't have much left. Only 2 more days until another one bites the dust. Clock's ticking, buddy.
I get it already. Doesn't make this any easier.
And Fred is completely right, dude. You have to be decisive.
I can't just rush a big decision like this.
And now here comes Swallow.
It's Swallow.
All right, what are they gonna say? As for your question,
I know you're here with me. Come on, just tell me. No more secrets.
I'm playing the game too. There it is. That's the confirmation. I was surprised we could still talk to each other, but then I figured it out, LOL.
So you are here. I knew it.
So which team are you on? I can't say. What? But I'm honored to be here with Rindo Kanade and the Wicked Twisters. So Swallow knows who we are, but we don't know who Swallow is.
You knew who I was this whole time?
I know we're friends online, but we can't be friends here. And we might have to fight each other someday. So I think you're better off not knowing who I am.
You're killing me here.
That sucks. And Rindo sounds heartbroken, dude. But we could work together. Another team asked us for help. If you're on that team, then we could be allies. That doesn't sound like a bad idea. If you want to beat the Ruinbringers, you'll need as many allies as you can get. Maybe Swallow is one of the... Maybe Swallow is one of the friggin' thingamabobs. Maybe Swallow is Shoka? That's the key to winning. Gotcha. Then I'll tell the other team we'll help out. Don't miss your chance to make a friend. But make sure it's a friend and not a frenemy. Don't worry, I will. Stay alive, Ring Dragon. I'll be rooting for you. Can't wait to play Fango again when this is all over. Yeah, you too. Aw. Man, my heartstrings are being pulled at right now. Good luck, Swallow. Make sure you stay alive until then. Thanks. Well, we got 3 FP. That sounds pretty wild. Are you sure you'll be okay? Is this person not Swallow? Huh, that's a new one. Lucky I managed to get through to you then. Maybe this is gonna end up being Rhyme then. Don't worry, I'll do everything I can to help. Information is the key to victory. And I've got that key right at my fingertips. Urban Legends, Chapter End. Alright, so that person that we thought was Swallow is not actually Swallow. Swallow's playing the game, but I get the feeling that Swallow's not on a team, but is rather a Reaper. Of course, I don't really have anything to base either of those assumptions off of, but... Day 5.
Yo! Yo!
It's already day 5.
You still haven't come to a decision. Oh! They started us off at the Expressway Underpass.
Yep, sure is.
Listen, I've given it some thought, and...
Okay, so we've made a decision, but we got interrupted with today's mission.
Just the mission.
Make tracks for O East. There you will find the key to the target. The upheaval rule is once more in effect. Teams lower in the ranking will earn more points if they succeed.
The revolution returns.
And it looks like the Pure Hearts have the best chance of rising in the ranks today. We're going to prevent that, but the upheaval rule is to their benefit today.
Huh? That's new. Anyway, let's bounce.
Lord Rindo, you appear somewhat unwell of late.
We're going to tell them that we found out who Swallow was, or that Swallow is indeed playing the game.
I'm fine.
Can't hear you, champ.
So, make up your mind yet, Rin Dude? You did say you gave it some thought.
Yeah. So...
Well?
Hey, now there's a sight for sore eyes. What's happening, Skulls?
Oh yeah. I guess Koki does recognize Beat.
Lollipop? Get out of here, yo.
So, to what do I owe the pleasure? Got so hungry for some action that you came back for seconds?
Crowing boys gotta eat. You feel me?
Glad to see you haven't lost your sense of humor, man. But enough small talk.
Yeah, dude, give us the scoop.
I want to know what you kids said to Uzuki about me.
Oh yeah, she was not happy.
About you?
Told her that you helped players.
Pretty sure we just mentioned how you're really cool and super chill.
That is literally all we said, but that made her really mad.
Huh. Alright. Interesting. Makes a Reaper wonder why she decided to tear me a new one then.
So she did teach you a lesson or 3.
Yeah, went right to him.
Felt more like 4 or 5 at least. She also told me something else I wasn't too thrilled about. Said you kids weren't actually dead, but I couldn't believe it.
Well, that's just a working theory for everybody except Beat.
Believe it, yo. A lot of things have changed this time around. Thinking them Shinjuku Reapers is up to something.
Could be. If you want to know their grand plan, you're asking the wrong guy.
Yeah, Pinky ain't had a clue neither. Yo, there always been bad blood with you and Shinjuku?
I assume so.
Not always. We got along just fine at first.
And then maybe Shiba came along and screwed everything up?
Even offered to give them all a new home when their old one got torn down.
Ah, okay. And then they kind of maybe wormed their way in? Ooh, flashback?
Welcome to Shibuya, folks. Wasn't expecting so much company.
What the hell happened up there?
An inversion.
Go on.
It was tragic, really. Our little game was just heating up. When all of a sudden, the boundary between the UG and the RG just melted away,
Huh.
taking our beloved Shinjuku with it into the ether.
And this was 3 years ago.
We're the only survivors, and none of us are any the wiser as to why such tragedy befell us.
That seems... I don't really trust what Shiba is saying. He probably knows what happened.
I speak on behalf of us all when I say, we'd be eternally grateful if you offered us shelter, gracious Game Master.
Hold up. Pinky was the GM?
3 years ago, but not for long. Somebody had to step up after you and Phones took down the powers that were.
Huh. And I do remember specifically Uzuki was really mad that, like, Koki wasn't really stepping, like, he could have gotten promoted a whole bunch of times because he's a really good Reaper, but he, like, wasn't doing it.
Hey, yeah. Almost forgot about all that.
One can only imagine how.
I know I sure can't.
I don't believe I was speaking to you.
Imagine that.
So, you saying Pinky got duped like some kind of chump?
Go easy on the poor girl, will ya?
I feel like he's so snake in the grassy.
Besides, it's kind of my fault for going against Shiba. He doesn't take kindly to naysayers. That's why there's so few of us left.
So what? Has he been like kicking out Reapers or erasing them himself?
You don't roll with the punches, you get knocked out.
Y'all had it rougher than I thought.
Anyway, like I was saying, I don't know what your team's deal is, but I'd love to know who's responsible.
I mean, it's gotta be the Shinjuku gang, right?
Maybe.
Yeah, sure looks that way.
So you already know who's responsible?
It'd certainly make the most sense, seeing as they're the ones who called you here in the first place. Anyway, keep playing along for now. Roll with the punches, you feel? Catch you later.
Huh.
After all that, his advice is just keep playing?
Do we have any other option?
It's all we can do for now, yo. Thinking ain't gonna get us nowhere. Let's take care of the mission. Right, Rindo?
Right.
All right. Find the key to the target. Before... Oh, crap. All right. So who do we... Oh, there's a quest on the underpass right here. There's one in Scramble Crossing and one in the 104. Let's go to Thoughts. And I want to see... Alright, we don't know what we actually get. And this is going to connect us to her. Alright, well, we'll worry about that next time. So definitely join me then for more Neo The World Ends With You. Bye for now, guys. Welcome back, my friendly friends, to more Tales of Arise. Pharaoh Fiasco here.